Hello everybody and welcome back to Analog Vernacular. Today we're going to be playing some more Fire Emblem Three Hopes, and we're going into Chapter 8. We just finished Chapter 7. We didn't manage to stop Cornelia all the way, unfortunately.
Azure Gleam, the blood-stained lance.
Ominous.
The Western Lord suffered defeat at the capital. Cornelia, the instigator of the uprising, flees west and commands her allies, Viscounts Mateus and Gideon, to muster their forces. Hoping to settle this matter before re-engaging with the Empire, the Kingdom Army makes for the Mach region in order to defeat Cornelia and learn the truth of the tragedy of Dusker.
No. My uncle?
I'm afraid so. Among the rebels are houses Mateus and Gideon, and all the other Western lords from whom I've stripped power. They appear to have appointed Baron Dominic as their leader.
I'm so sorry, Annie. What could he be thinking?
House Dominic may be a mere barony at present, but they're a storied family whose lineage traces all the way back to the 10 elites. Centuries ago, when the wise King Klaus passed beyond the Veil of Death, he did so without naming a successor to the crown. And so, the three regions of the Holy Kingdom, Fargus, Mach, and Leicester, were divided among the three royal princes. House Dominic chose to side with the prince ruling Mach, who was eventually defeated by the forces of Fargus, leaving the once vast Dominic territory to be whittled down, meted out to the neighboring lords.
I know they held a grudge about that in the past, but surely it's ancient history at this point. Tons of people from House Dominic, my father included, have devoted their lives to serving the royal family. It makes me wonder if my uncle's heart is really in this fight.
As they stand now, House Dominic lacks the influence and might necessary to defy their surrounding lords.
Yeah, I would say that they're probably strong-armed into it. I mean, you have to, in some ways, in a situation like this, you kind of have to go with what your neighbors are doing. Like, if you're sandwiched between two people that want to fight another person, like, you could easily be crushed if you didn't fall in line.
So when pushed to join the uprising, they would have had little choice but to go along. But that lack of strength might just be the key to our victory.
How do you mean, Gustav?
If we could only convince my brother to change sides, the Western territories would lose their leader. And if we were to follow that up with a decisive victory against a demoralized army, it would likely cause their military effort to collapse entirely.
Perhaps. But it'll be difficult to pry the Baron away without first eliminating those surrounding him.
Indeed. If nothing else, we'll need to turn the tide of war in our favor if we ever hope to empower the Baron to defect. For now, we must consider how best to break through their front.
You know, civil war. I didn't expect that to be such a big part of this
This is no small number
plot.
of soldiers you offer. Are you sure Dusker can spare that many?
For good or ill, this is what our chief has decided. Preparations will take some time, but we are sworn to aid you, and we will stake our pride as a people on doing so.
Still, this is a far larger force than we ever asked for.
Please, you strove tirelessly to see our home return to us. The people of Dusker have not forgotten the kindness you showed.
Something to show that Dimitri's a good leader right there.
And
That
though
he's
some may
capable
still
of it.
think ill of you, we only offer as many soldiers as volunteered.
Dope.
Dusker remains a kingdom territory. As such, I can't claim our relationship is one on equal footing. Yet, I want to believe your gracious support here will point the way to a new future for both your home and ours. Give your men my thanks. And once this war reaches its conclusion, I'll be sure to visit Dusker anew.
Understood. I'll be taking my leave now.
to do. None of this would be happening if not for the unflagging efforts of you and Rodrigue.
No, Your Majesty. Neither I nor Rodrigue could have accomplished this. Your sincerity is what won their trust.
I hope you speak true. Nothing I do will ever bring back their fallen loved ones after all.
Yet you have shown us the truth all the same, allowed us to see a better future. Not only me, but everyone from Dusker.
And still, the whole picture remains elusive. A dark secret continues to linger over the tragedy, shrouded by shadow.
Another thing that I really appreciate in this like retelling of the story, this kind of like reimagining of the story, is that we get a world where where we get to see what each of these kingdoms look like 2 years after the leaders that we chose have actually been leading. You know what I mean? Like we're getting quite a bit of what the kingdom actually looks like now that it's been 2 years. And like, yeah, we've got civil war. It's not great. But we know that like it's not there is history there that has led to the civil war, history that Dimitri's not involved with, as well as Cornelia and those who slither, who are sowing those, seeds of distrust and disunity and whatnot. So like, that's what's really leading to this. But then they're like showing the other flip side of that, where the things that Dimitri does have control over, he's actually done some pretty good things with it. So
shedding light on it is No. It is our duty.
And I really hope that I get to see the same thing in the other two houses as well. I want great examples of the ways that like things are better and worse under their rule. You know what I mean? We may actually get somewhat of a better idea of what Edie's ideal sort of like ruling system looks like. Which is something that I complained about a lot in the original game, is that it was very, very obtuse as to what she was actually fighting for. And so I think that they could expand on that quite a bit in this game. Alright, looks like we got some support conversations, we've got an award, and we got a bunch of people that we need to talk to. Let's start with this support. Jez and Dimitri, that's right, that was locked. Getting close to the A as well, honestly. Not bad.
Oh, you're awake. Don't worry, it's only been a few hours.
What happened? The last I remember, I was training some of our new recruits.
You got hit by some stray magic. Pretty hard, too.
Yes, that's right. How could I have let my guard fall so carelessly?
Those who slither. That mage that we keep on saying is of those who slither plant. He did it. I'm telling you, he did it.
Probably the exhaustion. You usually sidestep stuff like that, no problem. Everybody was really worried about you, though. Dedu and Felix in particular didn't know what to do with themselves. Guess the silver lining is that it forced you to get some rest. If only for a few hours.
Apologies for causing such a disturbance. I'm fine now, I assure you.
Uh-huh, sure you are. I know you're just gonna get straight back to work if I leave you be. But hey, take a look around first.
The room is immaculate. Is this your handiwork?
Yep, though we left anything that seemed like it would need your input. Figured we could at least take care of the small stuff while you were out, though. Oh, and everyone, and I mean everyone, thinks you should be taking more breaks.
I'm certainly grateful for the gesture, But how did you find time for this amidst your other responsibilities?
It was easy once we split everything up. Felix, Dedu, and I wrapped up the training session in your stead. Then Rodrigue and Sylvain handled the rest of your paperwork. You might want to glance through it later, though.
Called out.
Ingrid tended to the horses, while Ash and Annette helped organize all your books. Oh, and Mercedes baked some wonderful treats for you. They'll have you back on your feet in no time. What else? What else? Oh, right! We sent some soldiers out to check on the nearby villages, too.
Incredible. I never expected you to do this much.
Boast.
Well, the Blue Lions can be pretty dependable when we put our minds to it, huh?
Fuck yeah, they can be.
Maybe you can trust us a little more now that you've seen what we can do.
This isn't a matter of trust. I deeply depend on every single person in this army.
Then why didn't you tell anyone else about how you went and buried all those villagers? Everyone was stunned when I mentioned it to them. They want to hear about that stuff from your mouth, not mine.
Yes, My apologies.
If you're really sorry, then you won't let it happen again. Anyway, go get some more rest. And don't try to say you're not tired just so you can keep working.
I see I can't fool you. Though in truth, I doubt I'll be able to doze off again so soon after enjoying my first dreamless sleep in ages.
In that case, come kill some time with me. I'm sure the training grounds will be free by now.
Yes, that sounds lovely. And, thank you.
That was a good support. It was a really nice scene. Yeah, we've already got quite a few people who are getting really close to their full A rank now.
Excuse me.
It's pretty tough to get people to band together for a common cause. Each person is their own entity, which means they have different desires and goals. Unifying all those diverse wants and needs under the banner of a single region feels nigh impossible.
A shame.
Just how long are we going to fight against that impossibility? I've been playing around with the idea of having everybody go with their class-based outfits, but I don't know about that. She does look good. Annie looks good. Well, anyway. I thought the kingdom would have presented a more united front against the Empire. To be honest, I was quite surprised that such a disturbance would happen in the royal capital. It's a good thing that the kingdom ended up with Aryan Road, I'll tell you that. If they hadn't, I'm sure the Empire would have marched far into kingdom territory by now. Dusker General.
Hear a girl out, will you?
My brother died 6 years ago in the tragedy of Dusker. King Dimitri apologized to me personally for it, but all I want is for him to find out the truth about why my brother had to die. Oh, don't worry, we're gonna wring it out of Cornelia. We're gonna wring it out of her. How's it going, Mercy?
Oh, that's right.
Now that I think about it, I haven't been to Western Farkas all that much. I'm originally from the Empire, and I rarely had the opportunity to travel when I was with the church. I always thought I'd like to go there someday, but I confess this is not quite what I had in mind. This is the guy. This is the guy. This is the Those Who Slither guy who, probably hit Dimitri. I know it was you. Happy, keep an eye on him.
It's you. So, you up for a chat?
I thought she might not have been, but it turns out Cornelia was that same lady. As usual, she made a quick escape. Ask how she knows Cornelia.
Huh?
What do you mean? How do you know her? Oh, she's the one who caused me so much pain. But at this point, I don't really care. Dee Dee will take her down.
Hey there.
I was worried for a while there, but I'm relieved there wasn't much damage to the city. And we were able to rescue Duke Ifan as well. What a load off our shoulders. Agree.
Right on.
Totally. Now if we can just do something about the West, all these problems within the kingdom should settle down. Yeah, I have to wonder, what in the world is Cornelia playing at? I can think of a lot of reasons why the Western nobles would oppose His Majesty. But her? Nothing comes to mind. There's something unsettling about all this. I mean, the reveal of Those Who Slither and Cornelia has to be coming soon, right?
Say,
I heard rumors that Felix and his father weren't on good terms, but that doesn't appear to be the case, does it? A while back, Felix seemed pretty keen on cutting ties with his house. But maybe now that he's succeeded to the head of his family, he understands his father's feelings a little more.
Greetings, friend. Nothing to report.
How's it going, Gatekeeper? You know, there are some sacred sites for the Church of Saros in the Western Kingdom. There's the Rhodos Coast and Lake Toitates. I've never been to them, though.
Sounds great.
I'd love to go on a little sacred sightseeing tour once all this fighting has died down. Maybe you can come with me, if you're not busy, I mean. Any day, Gatekeeper. You want to marry my female Shez? I'd allow it. I'd allow it. You deserve happiness. Gatekeeper deserves happiness.
Supplies are the lifeblood of any army. Everything has its use.
So I've noticed that our collected materials still seem to be low level. I wonder if we need
Supplies are the lifeblood of
an
any
expansion in order to start collecting better supplies. That's the amount. Types of tradable. Gain more smithing stones. Reduces the number of smithing stones required to trade. Maybe not.
Everything has its use.
Come this way. You have my gratitude.
I believe thanks are in order. Your aid in Ferdiad was invaluable. We could not have rescued His Majesty alone, not even if we staked our lives on the fight. Express humility.
Nuh-uh.
I didn't do much. Felix was the one who made the decision to go to the capital. Yes, I thanked him as well, though he rewarded my efforts with no small amount of curtness. He muttered something about it being preferable to having nightmares about abandoning us. I do wonder where he got that sharp tongue of his. Now let us all work together from here on out and move quickly to subdue the West. Yeah, you and Felix don't seem that much alike. You have to wonder what his mom is like, huh?
Come to think of
Baron
it.
Dominic is an incredibly good man, but his son is a dyed-in-the-wool libertine. He bears the crest of Dominic and received excellent grades at the Officers' Academy. Yet he insisted on becoming a traveling minstrel of all things. He's probably off wandering and warbling this very moment. Dude wanted love, not war. You can't fault a man for that. Bernie? Oh, she's in the door. I thought she wasn't popping up. You know how sometimes the characters don't pop up? She found herself a room to hide in. Oh my gosh, Bernie. Bernie, girl.
How about it?
Doesn't all this moving around make you lose track of where we are, Shez? Especially since we've been rushing around all these places that look practically the same. I'm not even sure if we're in the kingdom anymore. It is weird how we do find the exact same looking sort of like ruin castle thing to sort of like stake our base at. That is a little bit odd, Bernadetta. You're not wrong. Sympathize with her. Yeah, I get turned around too. Sometimes I even go in the complete opposite direction. I'm so glad I'm not the only one. She found herself a room to hide in.
You look well today.
I see.
What a great relief to have Dimitri back safe and sound. I have also noticed that something about him has changed. I would not necessarily say that he is cheerful, but something in his countenance appears more at ease. Perhaps his friends encouraged him, and that made him feel better. I would like to make more friends myself. Her sweetness is like intoxicating. The commotion in the capital has subsided for now. I'm glad we've got some good news for Lady Rhea. I want you to be playable, Catherine. Oh, speaking of good news, my former partner has officially signed on to help us. Shamir is coming. We're going to meet up with her on Aryan Road. Can't wait to see her again. Hell yeah. We got Shamir back. Baron Dominic is in a precarious position. Speaking with my brother will be no simple matter. That's true, even if he wanted to help us. He can't risk doing anything reckless so long as the other Western nobles have power. Our only option is to steadily gain control and cut down the West's military forces.
Let's give it our all.
I believe in you, Father. I'm certain Uncle Dominic will listen to you if you can make your way to him.
Hi there. Over here!
You saved His Majesty. As a kingdom citizen, I am most grateful to you. Oh, well, silly, I forgot to introduce myself. Viscount Brenius at your service. Wonderful to make your acquaintance. Actually, my younger sister was at the Officers' Academy the same year as you and His Majesty. I suppose that's why I feel a sort of kinship with you. Well, in any case, I'll be praying for your great success.
Hey!
The most powerful general in all of the Empire is the Minister of Military Affairs, Count Burgleys. And the mightiest in all the Alliance is Lord Holst of House Goneril. I hear the Minister of Military Affairs was in command on the Eastern Front. I wonder if those two ended up duking it out. If they did, I wonder what kind of fight it was. Now that's a brawl I'd want a front row seat to.
Right?
Your deftness with a spear is truly a sight to behold. I imagine your teacher must have had considerable skill.
Right.
Yes, I actually learned from my family, those in the castle, and a friend who passed away, Glenn. Just talking about Glenn. Oh, is that so? How impressive. I would certainly like to be as adept with a spear as you.
What say you?
Well, I could teach you if you like. I'm sure you could master it quickly. You want to know why this conversation is important? You all remember her supports with Dedu in the original game? She had some issues with Dusker at the beginning of the game. She was a little bit racist, a little bit xenophobic, and then she eventually came around because of Dedu. But like in this one, relations with Dusker and the truth about the Dusker tragedy came forward a lot quicker. So some of that stuff has been smoothed over a little bit here. I wouldn't go so far as to say it would make Glenn happy, but at the very least I would be glad if my skills could be of use to someone else. It's a great little piece of dialogue.
Please, we listen.
Oh.
I am having a hard time staying in the kingdom so long. The cold is wearing me down. How are the people from the kingdom all right? I am wondering if they are having any advice for enduring the cold. Tell her that you're freezing too. I think it's because they were born here. I was raised in Leicester and I just can't get used to how freezing this place is.
That has much difficulty.
Is it really so simple? I do not have understanding. Okay.
Oh, it's you.
What is it, Dimitri?
No.
Well, in truth, I spent much of last night getting firmly scolded by Felix. Once he got started, he would not stop. We ended up talking through the night, much like the old days. In the end, Dedu came into the tent and began arguing with Felix. Crack a joke? He gave you a dressing down, eh? Well, you better leave tonight wide open because I've got a list of complaints myself.
Greetings.
Pardon? Oh, yes, I understand. I'd best finish my work while the sun is still high in that case. I'm just pulling your leg, man. But I guess you'd be the type to take it seriously. Well, in any case, I am truly sorry to have worried you. What a feckless man I am, ever toiling to no avail.
I wonder...
I promise, I will walk alongside everyone else moving forward.
Greetings.
There's always some conflict or another going on in Fargus. I'm sure Lester and Adresti are similar. And the same is true for Dusker. It's not so easy to settle a dispute between those with differing views. Ain't that the truth?
Perfect.
Well, what a relief my father showed up. Guess he's somewhat reliable after all. He's not the type to suddenly spring into action, but I imagine he couldn't let things stand as they were. I mean, the Gautier name was used to spread false information, which put His Majesty in danger. Can't say I'm surprised.
What do you think? Hello there.
Felix, I wish to speak with you about the part of the Dusker Vanguard that's being sent to House for Aldarius. Do your soldiers have any complaints? I imagine you have thoughts as well. Well, some might be dissatisfied, but I don't care if they are. I value a warrior's ability to fight. Things like where they're from don't matter to me. And to that end, there are many competent fighters among the Dusker soldiers, and they all have high morale. They make for good training partners, and we can learn a great deal from their techniques and...
Hey there.
What? You got a problem? Speak up. Not at all. I was just thinking that His Majesty must find it reassuring to have a confidant like you. Huh? Well, I didn't expect to hear that. Whatever. You're free to say what you want. Both of you need to just, relax a little, okay? Not every moment has to be taken so seriously, guys.
Hey, will ya?
Pedigree and intelligence are qualities you're born with. Physical appearance, crest, and environment are out of your control as well. We humans are unequal at birth. What matters is how you fight with the hand you're dealt. That's what the boss always said, anyway. I wonder what he's up to now. It's been a good while since he left Abyss. Oh, okay. Are we going to be running into some more Abyss characters soon?
How can I serve?
Among the Western Lords, Count Duval's house was the closest to us in the Central Church. It might not actually be their intention to make enemies of us. We're also finding it quite painful to have to fight them.
Well, how'd it go?
Hey, Miracle Bean.
Any result's a good result.
Marvelous.
I am relieved we have cleared up the matter in the royal capital, and it appears the city sustained much less damage than we feared. 'Tis a pity we could not detain that temptress Cornelia, though. One day her presence may plunge Fargus into chaos. No, perhaps all of Fodlan even. Yep, she's a menace. We need to deal with her.
Did you need something?
My husband is originally from House Mateus and is much grieved by our current predicament. He wishes not to spill the blood of his relatives. That is why I have come in his stead. But to be in thrall of that deceitful woman and raise an army as a result. What a foolish man my father-in-law is. Okay. Alright, so at this point we can probably focus on some training. We also need to do some classes. Alright, so we have 2 advanced seals right now.
I will devote my...
Okay, you're not even actually ready. Looks like your High Lord would lead into this anyway.
I wonder if this will suit me.
Okay.
Can't wait to see how you do. Training can be the difference between victory and defeat.
How are you and Happy doing? Oh, damn. So you're... Does that mean you did max out A, or that you're just shy of A?
With proper
It should be a dark blue if you had it full, right? Yeah, it should turn dark blue, so that must mean that you were like right on the cusp of that. Oh no, it's locked. Never mind. So yeah, we definitely shouldn't be doing more of Happy.
Time to work you into shape.
So their C, or their A is going to be story locked, it looks like. Two sword masters. You know what, let's just do that and start clean. I'm going to want to do that anyway. Let's do Dimitri and Dedu. Cool, you could also go Grappler if we wanted you to.
With proper training, you'll be unstoppable.
Okay, you and Flane have conversations at C and B. Let's work on that.
Time to work you into shape.
Who was the other person? It was Petra and Dedu. That's right. But we're going to work on Dimitri and Dedu for a minute, so we won't worry about that one for now. And then Happy and somebody else had something, and I can't remember who.
Unstoppable.
Okay, Happy and Bernie. And it looks like that's it.
Time to work you into shape.
This should be fun. Let's be sure not to hurt each other, Annie.
Even a grueling training session is a good time when you're around, Mercy. Glad we could train together.
Looks like we're partners today. Go easy on me, okay?
I will do no such thing. You'd best not hold back either.
I like these unique animations.
Glad you were here to keep me on my toes.
This will help everyone.
How can I best use...
Yes, this might...
Time
Okay,
to
let's
work
check
your camera to
supports.
see how you do.
Okay, Ash and Flame got theirs.
This lovely weather gives cause for my feet to wander of their own accord. Hmm? Oh,
I think I spy a familiar face! Good day, Ash.
Morning, Flane. Out for a stroll?
Yes. And you are... fishing?
Uh-oh. She's gonna like that.
The army's a bit short on provisions, so I was thinking I could help add to the pile.
What a simply splendid idea. Can I take a look at your catch?
Oh, help yourself. I've been out here since before dawn, so there's quite a few fish already.
Goodness, you're right. You must be a talented angler indeed.
Oh, thanks, Flane. And yeah, not to brag or anything, but I'm pretty confident in my abilities with the old fishing pole. My brother used to take me fishing in a nearby river when I was little.
So he taught you all you know? Oh, I must admit I'm ever so jealous. I used to go fishing with my mother long ago, but I haven't done it in years at this point.
No. And she means a lot of
If I even think
years.
about getting close to a river now, my brother swoops down to give me an earful.
I'm sure he's just concerned. I'd be scared to let my younger siblings fish all by themselves, too. Do you want to give it a go now?
Good man, Ash.
Really?
Good man.
Why not? I mean, I'll be right here to make sure you don't fall in or anything.
Thank you very much, Ash. I'm going to catch a big one.
The girl fights in literal wars instead it's like, don't go near that river. No fishing. It's too dangerous.
Oh, I hooked one.
Look at that line bend. It must be huge.
Curses. It escaped.
I caught a glimpse of its shadow when you tried to reel it in. That thing was a monster.
I'm surprised to learn this river is home to a fish as large as that.
Same. I've been coming here for a long time and never once seen one that big.
It is decided then. The next time I find that fish, I will capture it. Will you join me again when that time comes? My brother will be more amenable if you agree to be there watching over me.
Seteth amenable? Yeah, that'll be the day. But sure, I'd be glad to tag along.
Okay. Okay, Ash. Who else might we want to get you working on? I guess any of the main group and then Flame.
Time to work you into shape.
Okay, we'll just keep working on Flame then.
Looks like we're partners today. Go easy on me, okay?
I will do no such thing. You'd best not hold back either.
At least we got through it.
Hey, a new power.
Yes, this might...
Alright, Mercy's mastering everything today. Damn it. It's not what I wanted to do. Why do I keep thinking it works that way? It doesn't work that way. It never does.
hold anything back to do. Together, our success is guaranteed.
I'll do my best. Just don't overexert yourself, Your Majesty.
A great training session. All thanks to you.
I could use this.
I've grasped.
Okay, we'll save the last point for now.
Wait to see how you do. Hunger is the true enemy.
Okay. Ooh, they're close to their C rank. Look at the size difference between those two right now. It's ridiculous. Daydu is a massive human being.
Solid, solid.
Just an absolute wall of a man.
You made this. Impressive.
Wow, this is so good. I had no idea you had this kind of skill.
Come back whenever you're hungry.
Okay, they got their C rank. Very cool. Okay, fish and bean soup. Why the hell not? Real close on your B rank.
Yeah, the flavor's not really there. Might want to try something different next time.
Hold on. How'd you know this was my favorite? Thank you.
Oh, I love this. Thank you very much.
Come back whenever you're hungry.
Okay. For now, I think we'll hold off on using more of those. Because, well, if I bring Shez into another fight, then we can better utilize the morale. But, yeah. Okay, Shez and Sylvain got their B rank. Looks like Felix's B rank is locked.
Never thought I'd see the day you shut yourself in your room to read. I hear you've been pouring through every book on magic you can get your hands on.
Hey, I read sometimes. Anyway, I had this great idea I needed to do some research for.
I'm afraid to ask. Wait, what's that diagram?
A perceptive question. This here is a blueprint I came up with for a new kind of fire orb.
Really? You're talking about those flame-flinging siege weapons, right? Because that looks pretty small for a fire orb.
Well, damn.
Well, that's the point. I want to make it so that our knights can carry one around as easily as they do their swords.
What would that accomplish? Knights don't have the training to use something like that.
Right you are. The wielder needs both special training and some natural magical ability to use one. At least that's the case with our current fire orbs. Which brings me to my main goal, making it so that anyone can use them, no matter their background. I mean, think about the havoc we could wreak if your average knight or myrmidon could also blast out some fire magic whenever they wanted.
So Sylvain is now an engineer, too. Alright, man. Alright. Agree with him.
That's actually a great idea, Sylvain.
Sounds cool, man.
I bet we could come up with some amazing battle strategies with those things.
Right? I knew someone as special as you would understand. Either way, it won't be ready anytime soon. I'm not sure when I'll finally be done with it, honestly.
If you don't hurry, the war will be over before you're finished.
Battle's not the only place it'll come in handy. people who don't have any other training could use it for self-defense.
Huh. Come to think of it, that's the same reason you were so interested in my sword. Does this have to do with House Gautier? I know your family's been dealing with Serang for years now.
Yeah, more or less. We've gone through some pretty tough times. My father's first wife, Miklon's mom, she died in a Serang raid. We've managed to hold the border for about 100 years now thanks to the Lance of Ruin. But they keep pushing our limits. Frankly, I admire their determination.
It did seem like Margrave Gautier was pretty used to fending off their attacks.
It's not like he's had much choice. Once I inherit his title, I'll keep doing whatever I can to hold them off. But it's going to be tough without a stronger military. If the king had forces of his own, he could send them in at a moment's notice whenever we were in trouble. Problem is, the last king already tried something like that. It ticked the local lords off to no end.
Makes sense. If the king grows stronger, everyone else loses a little bit of their own influence in comparison. Anyone would have a hard time swallowing that.
I'd say it's worth it if it means the kingdom won't descend into chaos. Whatever the case, any reforms we enact will need to be peaceful and well-founded. Which is exactly why I want us to be able to fight on our own, without having to rely on our relic or on other lords.
Any reforms we enact will need to be peaceful and well-founded. So that's the type of reform I can get behind, Sylvain. That's the type of reform I can get behind.
Wow, Sylvain, you actually sound like a real heir now.
The ends don't always justify the means.
It's a nice change from all the skirt chasing you used to do.
Hey, the future of my house is on the line here. Even the laziest guy in the world would be worried about that.
He's growing up.
Sure, the kingdom might be a half-frozen stretch of dirt, but it's my half-frozen stretch of dirt. And that's the only home I've got.
Home, huh?
Okay. Got a couple of locked supports. But otherwise, looking pretty good. Let's see what this map looks like real quick before we end this episode. You have unlocked the paralog battle, Wildflowers for the Future. So paralogs are in this game. Huh. Depending on the units in your party, paralogs may be triggered as the story progresses. To display paralogs, select the camp on the war map. Huh. So this paralog requires 3 characters. Interesting. Very cool. Okay, maybe that's what we're gonna start with then. I didn't realize paralogs were gonna be a thing. I mean, hell, we're in chapter 8 already. This is the first we've seen it, so... Huh, very cool. Alright, well, thank you all for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and in the next episode, I think we'll probably check out this paralog. So, have a good one. I'd like to give a very special shout out to my patron supporters, Darren York, ZTD, 7th Son, Ivan K, Len, HLLJ, Knife Namaste, Caleb Adkins, Kyle the Monarch, and Jordan and Emily Hill. If you would also like to join this tier or any others, check out my memberships or my Patreon in the description down below.